Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make some big, soft, delicious cookies and cream cookies. Yes, y'all, we are doubling up on the cookies. We are adding chocolate chips. We are going all of the way. The ingredients for these cookies is so simple, guys. Of course, we're using butter, sugar, the melanated sugar, the Caucasian sugar, eggs. I am going to put a touch of cinnamon. Now, I have white and semi-chocolate chips. You could use one or the other, but I'm just going to be using both today. And of course, some Oreos for the cookies and cream effect. I'm going to step these up by making some browned butter. This is actually optional. If you don't want to do the brown butter, you don't have to do it. Okay, you do what you want to do. But I am going to melt the butter over a medium heat for a few minutes, and then I'm going to lower it to like a medium low heat and cook it until there are brown bits on the bottom. Now, you do need to continuously stir that thing, okay, because you do not want this to burn. If you burn the butter, baby, you're going to have to throw out 2 sticks of butter. And with these butter prices, child, you will be crying, okay? So if you look at the color on the bottom there, it's kind of a medium to a light golden brown. That's where you want to get it to. This takes about 5 minutes, okay, and not much longer than that. Immediately, you need to pull it off of the stove, and then I'm going to dump it in my bowl here and then let it cool at the side. I am going to make a confession. Y'all, my cookies used to come out as flat as a pancake booty. Then one of my friends, Anna, she put me on to this recipe, and she told me that she uses bread flour. She measured it at 385 grams. I had 86, one word about it, okay? And she told me to put extra flour to help bulk up the cookies so that they do not spread. Y'all, this works so well. And the bread flour has extra gluten content, so it comes out a little bit chewier. Now, if you don't have bread flour, you can use all-purpose, and it will work just fine. Into my flour, I've added a teaspoon of salt, baking soda, and half of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then I'm going to place that to the side. Now, guys, I'm going to bust down my Oreos, and when I picked out 12 Oreos, I realized that I had taken out almost a third of the package. Isn't that crazy? Like, I feel like I remember a time when 12 Oreos, wasn't even that much of the package. But, we ain't even gonna get into that, okay? So I'm going to chop up these Oreos, and I'm going to cut them into fourths, kind of like biggish pieces. And then I'm going to continue to make my cookie base. I have 3/4 of a cup of the brown and the white sugar. I'm going to mix that into my slightly cooled, more like room temperature brown butter. I'm going to whip that thing. Now, you can't truly cream it, but make sure it's combined well and that there's no lumps in that sugar. If you don't brown the butter, you can just melt it and then let it cool down, and that will work fine too. But that brown butter adds that little extra nuttiness. Into this butter and sugar mixture, crack in 2 eggs, and you want to make sure you mix that until it has a little bit of a silky appearance. Whip that thing. Now, I know my whisk look a little beat up. That's because I truly be cooking. Some of y'all cooking stuff look a little too perfect because you don't even really use it like that. Y'all, the real cooks know. I'm now going to add a half of a tablespoon of vanilla. I mean, I'm measuring it here, but do you really need to measure? Because I don't know if I've ever had too much vanilla in a recipe. Once I mix that in, I'm going to combine my flour mixture into my wet mixture. Of course, this is going to make the perfect dough base. Now, if you didn't want to make cookies and cream cookies here, you could just do whatever you want to do. Okay? If you don't want to add the Oreos, you're just going to double up on the chocolate chips. Or what my favorite thing to do is to cut up like dark chocolate bars, like some real dark chocolate. I'm talking about some 85%. You know what I'm saying? I'll cut up about a cup, and then I'll also combine that with the semi-sweet, and you mix that thing in there. Oh my goodness, so delicioso. All right. Once my dough base is combined, now I'm going to add in all of those Oreos, and I have a third of a cup of white chocolate chips and a third of a cup of the semi-sweet chocolate chips. You could also do just 2/3 of a cup of the white chocolate just in total, or just the semi-sweet. You can choose what you want to do here. But I pretty much don't ever just add Oreos. I think the chocolate chips give the cookies a little bit more moisture, because remember, we are definitely adding cookies into cookies. So you want to have those chocolatey bits inside. Fold the pieces in gently, and my next tip for making sure that you are going to have cookies that will not go flat is to chill your dough. Some of y'all get too eager and you just want to go ahead and bake them. Your cookies will be flat. No, child. Cover it up. Put this in the fridge for 1 to 2 hours at minimum. If you want to make them the next day, which I'm pretty sure you don't want to do because you're ready to eat them, you could chill this overnight, okay? Now, I am going to scoop these out with my Fats Big Old Boy ice cream scoop. You don't need to make yours as big as mine. I was trying to go for this crumble cookie, larger than life. Why is this cookie so big? I want it so badly type look. You know what I'm saying? Mouth watering. I am going to start off by baking 6 cookies at a time. If you don't want cookies this big, just use a regular ice cream scoop, and then you can do 12 at one time. I only did 6 because I did not want them to touch and mess up the shape I was going for. Now, I was going to make these so large that I even decided to add on a little more cookie dough on top of what I had already put. I put it right on top because I wanted them to be like miles high. These were for some friends and coworkers, and I definitely wanted them to have a beautiful cookie. I have already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. I'm going to bake the cookies for 13 minutes exactly. Now you may be thinking, okay, I don't think they're done. They look like they might be, a little bit undone in the middle. Trust me, when you take them out, let them sit on the pan and cool completely. They are going to be perfectly chewy. While they are still piping hot, I want to make sure they have a good look, so I'm going to put a few Oreo pieces right on the top. I like putting 3 right in the middle. It just makes these cookies look super appetizing and just lets you know what you about to put your teeth into, okay? Now, I was not going to be greedy. I actually let my cookies cool all of the way before I went in and got one. But baby, when it did cool down, it was on. I only needed one of these to be satisfied. And y'all, they were absolutely delicious. I want you to let me know in the comments if you're going to make these cookies. And when you do, are you going to share them with some friends? Are you going to eat them all yourself, honey? I'll see you next time at Kamira's Kitchen. Goodbye and God bless.